Look, Dr. Umar Jackson defends Robert Kelly. Now, it wasn't for the sexual crimes. Yeah, it wasn't for the sex crimes. And that's what I was waiting on to see if he was going to touch on something like that. But it wasn't for the sex crimes. It was for something else. You know what I mean? Let's get into the content. Then we'll speak about it. But I am no Dr. Umar fan either. Before we get into it, I am no Dr. Umar fan, nor do I support Robert Kelly or Kelly in any way? Drop it in the comments. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. I promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, so help me God. That's why I'm here. Look, let's hear what Dr. Umar Jackson Johnson, I'm sorry, has to say about old Robert fucking Kelly.
Robert Kelly. Art, the R. Kelly situation is sensitive and it's unfortunate because although I never saw the video that came out about him back in 2002, showing him engaged in some sort of inappropriate sexual relations with an underage child, I never saw it, but enough people have told me that they've saw it for me to believe that it may be true. So some people would say because he's guilty of sex crimes, even if someone is trying to unalive him, we should just let it happen. Although I understand that sentiment, Art, I also understand the white man and how he thinks. We can never, not for the sake of R. Kelly, but for the sake of all the other black people in this country, we can never let this corrupt government and this corrupt criminal justice system think that if we are completely done with a certain person, if we have canceled them from the community, we can never let them think that it's okay for them to unjustly murder them after the fact.
Look, R. Kelly said authorities are planning and plotting his demise. Allegedly, they got a terminally ill man from the Aryan Brotherhood to agree to kill him, take him out. You know, in return, they were gonna transfer him to a prison and let him escape. Just let him walk right out the front door without a trace. Nobody would have heard from him again. This is the plot that Robert Kelly is using to try to get himself off of a 30-year prison sentence for sexual crimes against kids, fam. More than just kids, adult women too, but just the fact that it had kids in that is all I needed. Point blank, period. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. That's all I needed, bro. He was convicted of this 30 years. Now he wants to get out of jail because he say the authorities in that bitch are plotting on him. They're at this prison. That's what people don't understand, bro. Dr. Umar Jackson Johnson, this is what people don't understand, bro. Y'all fight for certain prisoners, but y'all don't understand. This is prison. This what happens in prisons. They get them gone. You know what I mean? Why should it be any different for convicted pedophile, fam? Look, it doesn't matter to me if it's Robert Kelly or R. Kelly. It doesn't matter who it is to me. This is a convicted pedophile. Why blow it up so much, man? I don't even know if they trying to take him out or not. But I will tell you like this, and a lot of people gonna say, bro, that's fucked up. What I'm about to say, a lot of people gonna say, bro, that's fucked up that you would even say that. I do not care what happens to a convicted pedophile. Now y'all wanna sit and it's a conspiracy against Mr. Robert. And Mr. Robert Kelly did none of them things. Mr. Robert Kelly pissed on that girl years ago. Mr. Robert Kelly married Aaliyah when she was 15. And Mr. Robert Kelly had all of them were picking up young girls from the high school, fam. He picking up freshmen and sophomore from sitting outside, picking them up after school, taking them to the studio. That was Robert Kelly. It wasn't one girl, it wasn't two girls, it was like 100. Let's just be honest, let's just be real. The man had a history of pedophilia. I can't not make this shit up. But people want to say, oh, let him out of jail. He deserves home detention. He deserves a new trial. He never got the right to a fair trial. Look, bro was convicted for things that now the public knows about. Imagine what you don't know about. Robert Kelly fans, I implore all y'all motherfuckers to get in the comments why this man touched his own daughter, fam. Touched his own kid. Even the kid say she woke up to Robert Kelly touching her. I can't make this shit up, bro. This is what the family is saying. Despite that, you still have people saying, release Robert Kelly. Free him, man. Cut the fucking bullshit out. Because if you are a woman screaming that shit and you got little girls, you be a fool to leave Robert Kelly anywhere around him. That's for one. And that's grandkids or anything. Granddaughters, grandkids. He like men too, allegedly. We're gonna say allegedly on everything before they go, oh, he needs to sue. He needs to sue him. Look, bro, dude gotta start at all the way up here when he started suing. You know what I mean? So I'd be one of the last people Robert Kelly would attempt to sue. But guess what? Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. Suing me, you get nothing. You know what I mean? Point blank period. You get nothing, fam. Why even waste your fucking time? That's why I don't give a fuck. I'll say whatever I want to. Cause guess what? As long as you say allegedly, even if it's true, you know what I mean? And it's gonna be true. I'm gonna say allegedly just because of it. But as long as you say allegedly, you're good. Yeah, shit, this is opinions. Opinions. My opinion is that pedophile fuck needs to stay exactly where he at. Not only needs to stay where he at, he's gonna stay where he at for 30 years. Now, if you're still waiting on him after 30, hey, have your day. You have at him. You know what I mean? Shit, love him after 30 years. But right now, he exactly where he needs to be, bro. I'm just being honest. I'm just being real. Drop it in the comments. Scores from the playground. Like, share, subscribe, nigga. We're going that way. That fucking way. You know what I mean? This summer is like the summer of hell for me. All I gotta do is remind myself to just keep on going. Yeah, I'm gonna say that again. This summer is like the summer of hell for me. All I gotta do is remind myself to just keep on going. Now, I've just been in New York and back. You know what I mean? Real shit. New York was incredible. Go look at the pictures I be posting, fam. Go look at the pictures I be posting. New York was incredible to me. I was all the way in Fort Greene, you know what I mean? First of all, I was staying in Dumbo. Dumbo is the richest part of Brooklyn. Staying in Dumbo. I was going to Fort Greene, bro. Ingersoll Projects, you know what I mean? That's why I was chilling at Ingersoll Projects, you know what I mean? When I wasn't there, well, we was at Farragut Projects, you know, I got to find the hood everywhere I go. I'm gonna say that again, I got to find the hood everywhere I go. I didn't even know that about myself until I started going to California, New York. I've been to Chicago, Louisiana, I've been all around the fucking world at this point. You know what I mean? All around the fucking world at this point. Always to the hoods, you know, that's my tribe. You know what I mean? Drop it in the comments, bro. Scores from the playground, we going that way. You know, I'm gonna say that again, scores from the playground, we going that way, nigga. Drop it in the comments, man. Like, share, subscribe. Peace.
If they throw it, I'ma catch it. I play the game like Tetris. I'm one of a kind rap. People tell me I'm equipped. I've been working 24 hours, summertime to winter. I ain't really at the chill, it gotta be about business.